streaming. Oh baby, go here and boom. I just gotta pull up how I'm gonna be watching my streaming. Alright, there we go. Shit. Alright everybody, it's your boy Garrett Games 145. Welcome back to the streams. That's exactly what I prefers not to do. Hey everybody, it's your boy Garrett Games 145. Welcome to the stream today. It's a full 7-round mock draft. If you haven't seen my round 1 mock draft, go check it out. Now some of my picks may have changed, and also I can involve trading in this if there's trading in this one, but we go to this. We have okay, I think it's obvious to everyone. They're going to draft Caleb Williams, obviously. Now, as for Washington, and everyone is expecting to take Jaden Daniels. I actually don't think that's the case. Their O-line is not that great. And Jaden Daniels, especially with this throwing elbow, he lands on that too hard, he will never throw a football again. He will never throw anything again. In fact, he might not even move that arm again. They need a sturdier quarterback that can move, not just a reckless runner. Even though Jaden Daniels won the Heisman, I do see him falling to the 3. We're the New England Patriots and never really picked him up. He's a big, flashy playmaker that they have not had in a long time, that they really need. We're going to take Jaden Daniels. And then, no surprise here, they're going to come out. And Cardinals are going to come out. Guy, please get... Oh, never mind. Cardinals are going to come out. They're going to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. They traded Rondale Moore, and I don't even know who their number 1 receiver is. So Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to step into that role. As for the Chargers, everybody and their mother thinks that they're going to trade down. I don't think that's the case. In fact, I think that they're going to be taking Brock Bowers here. People have been saying Brock Bowers has been falling off a cliff this season, but he is honestly really good. One of the best tight end prospects we've seen. He's the next Travis Kelce, where he's practically a wide receiver, but they're going to be tagging him under a tight end, so they don't have to pay him that much money. So he's practically George Kittle and Travis Kelce. So they're going to take Brock Bowers because they don't have a tight end, and this receiver class is deep enough. It's plenty deep enough. Now as for the Giants, I think it's obvious. They're going to be taking Malik Nabers. There's no reason for them not to. Because, they need they need a good receiver outside of Jalen Hyatt to get them the ball. But you're saying they don't really have a quarterback to get them the ball. Daniel Jones is not that good. But they're still going to take Malik Nabers. They're not going to pass up on Malik Nabers here. Now, at number 7, the Tennessee Titans. They're going to be taking Joe Alt, tackle out of Notre Dame. Now, there are concerns that he's too tall to be a cornerstone offensive lineman. I honestly don't see that. And if he is, then we'll just move him to guard like we did with, what's-his-face? Peter Skoronsky from last year. We'll just move him to right guard. Joe Alt will be our 7th overall pick. As for the Falcons, I did have Dallas Turner falling, but I did read an article that the Falcons are all in on Dallas Turner, even though I don't agree with this pick. The Falcons will be taking Dallas Turner at 8. Which, according to this, he's the 5th best player. Again, I don't see that. I think he's kind of overhyped the fact that the Alabama defense had so many weapons. It's like the Alabama defense was so good that they had to focus on everyone, especially like 5-man blitz. It was one-on-one every time. And Dallas Turner, he's athletic, so he's gonna win a one-on-one, but you can't trust him when he's double covered. Granted, you can't really trust many people 2-on-1, but I'm just not impressed with him. Now, as for the Bears, I think this one's another pretty obvious one. And they just drafted Caleb Williams, but they did trade for Keenan Allen. They have DJ Moore, but at the same time, they could use a wide receiver. same time, also kind of shifting off, and like you just drafted an amazing rookie quarterback, you want to protect him because you have a good offense there. But I just don't see them not taking Rome Odunze here. So at 9, they're taking Rome Odunze. It has been 6 minutes doing this. Now at 10, the New York Jets. I think this one's obvious. I'm going to take... No, I didn't attempt this when I did the video. Why did my phone turn off? What? Of course, I paused it. Hold up. Alright. We're back on, so I can see the chat now. No, I'm gonna go fast because I have 7 rounds of drafting to do. Oh, and there's like 280, 77 picks. 60. I don't know because of all the added picks people get. But Olamawe Fashanu, that's the best you're gonna get out of me. Wait. Oh, apparently. I'm pretty sure the Oregon State tackle is supposed to be higher, but apparently not. So I haven't been watching that much of the offensive tackles in this class, so go with the Penn State tackle to the Jets because they need a better O-line to protect their ancient quarterback. Now this is why I just don't see trades because I don't think the Chargers are going to want to move off. I don't think the Giants are going to want to move off. I do see the Bears wanting to, but like if a guy like Rome Odunze is still up, they're just going to nab that up. So that's why, like, these 3, like, I don't see them making any trade-ups because the Broncos really don't have that much draft capital. But the Vikings do, but at the same time, I think maybe if they can, it would only be 3 spots up, or you're followed by 3 non-quarterback needing first-round teams. So I honestly think that the Vikings will not be trading up, even though they can, and just waiting because there's plenty of quarterbacks. Honestly, I think Penix is better than McCarthy. They're going to be taking McCarthy here at 11, which then the Broncos are honestly going to be mad here. All right, and you might even see them trade down because of what they have, but honestly, I don't see them taking quarterback round 1. They did just trade for Zach Wilson. I may sound crazy for this, but I would much rather have Zach Wilson starting week 1 than a fresh rookie quarterback. Like, honestly, you might even see them wait till the 3rd round and have a Michael Pratt or Spencer Rattler here. But I honestly think they'll be taking Jared Verse, edge rusher out of Florida State. I was impressed with him because I watched the LSU-Florida State game earlier this season, and I was impressed on what he was able to do against that SEC line. I feel like he's going to fit in great with the history of good Broncos defenses. Now, as for the Raiders, it's a bit different for them, but at the same time, I also see them passing on a quarterback because, remember, they have Gardner Minshew. They have Minshew Mania. I just remembered I should probably do that. It's a bit low down. But they have Minshew Mania. I don't think they need to waste their first-round pick on a quarterback, especially looking at how bad their defense is. So they're going to be taking Toledo corner Quinyon Mitchell, same thing. All Matt cornerback that locked up Marvin Harrison Jr. They're to see if they can't lock down that secondary. As for the Saints, they just need defensive line help, really. So it's, I mean, if this plays out like this, I think they're going to be taking Chop Robinson, but it probably won't. We're probably going to see multiple trade up and trade downs. I'm probably wrong on this, but I want to see the Saints taking Chop Robinson in this situation. Because they have good linebackers who can stuff the run game. Now, Colts. They need more skill positions. I think, if anything, you might even see the Colts try and trade up for the Bears and hope Brock... And especially if the Chargers pass on Bowers here, you're going to see Bowers fall all the way down to 10 if the Bears don't trade down because they have Cole Kmet. So you'll see him fall to 10 to the Jets. So I think the Colts, if Brock Bowers is available at 9. The Colts will trade up. At the same time, Brock Bowers, if this plays out this way, Brock Bowers won't be available at 9. So, here, I think you, honestly, Brian Thomas Jr., I just don't see him as a mid-first round pick. I honestly wouldn't blame them if they reach on Tyler Guyton right now. But at the same time, I think it's a bit lower, but I think they'll be taking Tyler Guyton, tackle out of Oklahoma. More of a right tackle, to be honest, than a left tackle. Now, Seahawks. Now, there is a legitimate chance that they would draft Michael Penix here, but probably second round if they were to do that. I think their biggest concern at the moment is the fact that offensive coordinator is a draft need for some reason, or is that center? Yeah, it's center. Oh, why didn't they just put a C for center? What? Okay. Anyway, not quarterbacks. No. Yeah. Again, they don't have that many picks, so they might not. They might not make a trade on this. But at the same time, I'd see them making the trade, and I don't know who's all down. But I can very well see a team like Dallas deciding to trade up, but they probably won't. Now, honestly, I also see a team like Arizona trading up here, see if they can't take Kool-Aid. I love the fact that's his actual name. So this is going to be my first trade prediction. The Seahawks trade down with Arizona. And Arizona, what is it? Arizona trades with Seattle. So currently, they're going to trade. So they're going to exchange first round picks. And Arizona, since they have so much draft stock, they're going to give up the 90th pick, 186th, and 226th pick for this. Now, I honestly think that this isn't much, but I also probably see them giving up a third rounder for next year for a pick like this, for a trade like this. So this is my trade prediction. The Arizona Cardinals move off of their 2024 27th, 90th, 186th, and 226th. As T. Higgins just requested a trade, that's old news, ESPN. And then the 2025 third round draft picks. That's 5 picks in exchange for an 11 pick move up in the first round for their second first round pick. And honestly, this isn't bad. Actually, the Seahawks might throw in like a 6th round pick for next year. Yeah, I honestly see that a bit more. So I can't force trades here. What? So you're telling me I can't do that. So do I just like... Okay, well I guess I can't... Oh, okay, no. Alright. I'm just tarded. Alright, so 16th and next year 6th for boom, bop, boom, bop, boom. That. I'm Alright, anyway, so I'm going to select Arizona again because they're making a trade up. So they're going to be calling Seattle for an offer. So obviously these, I think, I again still see the 90th and a next year 3rd. But, like, if they have to, they might move up a couple picks here and try and throw this package at them with no thing other than that first round pick. Now, this package is, again, 5 picks. And, yeah, there's the trade. So now the Arizona Cardinals are at 16. I have no clue what their team needs are. They sit down receiver. So, they'll trade up for Byron Murphy. I honestly like that for them. Now, for the Jacksonville Jaguars, They also have a lot of needs, and Oregon State left tackle honestly fits with what they want. So yeah, this is already very different from the video I did on YouTube. Again, go check that out if you're still watching the stream right now, because we're 15 minutes in, and no one likes to watch my videos for more than 2 minutes. At 18, the Cincinnati Bengals would honestly, the Bengals might offer a first, second, next year first, and T. Higgins to move up for the Cardinals, but I don't think I can actually propose trades of players, so they're just going to be taking Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU here. It makes a little bit of sense if you think about it, because they're going to lose Tyler Boyd. T. Higgins requested a trade, so all they have is Jamar Chase, and that's it. Now, as for the Rams, they need a corner. Tyrion Arnold is right there, and that honestly, I mean, look at that. Top 4 needs is corner, edge, linebacker, and D tackle. The only thing they don't have a need at on defense is safety. Like, you gotta fix that, and I feel like you might even see them try and make a trade up with like Miami or Minnesota, because Minnesota honestly probably doesn't value this pick as much, because if you look, their needs are quarterback. They've already done that, and like maybe they'd use it for a corner or a receiver. But I think they're going to be drafting Tyrion Arnold out of Alabama here. Now, as for the Steelers, they need offensive playmakers. So like an Adonai Mitchell out of Texas, but at the same time, they're going to run the ball. So honestly, might just be better if I had to go with the pick that really fits Steelers, because my dad's from Pittsburgh. He bleeds black and gold, and he sees them taking an offensive tackle. And the best one here is Amarius Mims after this mock, so I'm going to have him take Amarius Mims. So 21st pick. Although I did see something that this might be a record-setting in defensive drought, but I mean, so out of 21 picks, 20 picks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 out of 20. 70% of total first-round picks so far that my mock draft have been offensive, which I honestly see. Now, as for Miami, I think they're going to be interested in Jer'Zhan Newton. Now, I would see LA trying to make a trade with Miami here of 52-83 next year's first for current 21st pick, and then a 4th for next year, as also give up one of their 6th for next year and a later pick. So this package is 5 picks, 3 of them this year, 2 of them next year. Now this is ballsy, because like I don't know if they're in the position to be giving up first-round picks. But if we confirm that it's been accepted, and the Rams have traded up for practically back-to-back picks. Sorry, I have allergies. We're taking Jer'Zhan Newton. Now the Rams are in desperate need of defense, so because Aaron Donald retired, they honestly might do that move without their defensive daddy there. Now, Philadelphia Eagles. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they take a reach on Jackson Powers Johnson here. But they need more than that, and I honestly think that that's where Kool-Aid comes in. Same time, this is this will be my third traded pick. But I think the Titans will make a call. Now this is my team here, called Philadelphia, offering the 38th pick, the 82nd pick, and the 252nd pick. Now we don't have that much capital would trade up with. Now this isn't a big package. Only 4 picks are in here, and yeah, that's a rejection. So I might have to force it and select Philadelphia to make that trade to Tennessee. 22nd pick. Was it looking? How does Philadelphia only have 3 picks next year? Huh? Oh, okay. I honestly think I know why. Because since the tampering thing with Saquon Barkley's contract, like, that's not ending till after the draft, so they'll be losing next year's pick, so they can't really put fully on. So, yeah, they might go ahead and instead of demanding for this year's picks, want some next year capital, which the Titans don't have much of. But we're gonna go ahead and go with this trade package, and there it are. All right, the Titans are moving up, and they took their offensive tackle. Now they're gonna be taking Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama, and hoping that we can actually have a decent secondary for the first time in years. Now the Vikings, they got their quarterback, and looking at their needs, I think this is where they take Adonai Mitchell off the board. There, and then as for the Cowboys, I don't know, because I bet they're probably their favorite player. Knowing them is, where is he? There's Peyton Wilson. He is the best linebacker in this class. I don't know why he is 71st. But I honestly see them trading down and not really calling anyone per se. But I think you see them make a trade down because the Panthers didn't have their first round pick. So I think Dallas will call the Panthers for exchange the 24th pick, their 33rd, right, as well as getting a 4th for next year, the 240th pick, and trading down. And Carolina might even call them for a trade up because they desperately need it. They'd probably actually trade up earlier. And knowing here and knowing their needs, they're going to be wanting Laiatu Latu out of UCLA. Now coming into Green Bay, who they might have found their franchise quarterback, as much as I hate to say it. Now, again, they're in a similar situation that their needs aren't really met the best, but they're going to be taking probably Kingsley Sumatea out of BYU. Cornerstone what David Bakhtiari left because he just doesn't play anymore because he's injured. Now, as for the Buccaneers, they're in another situation where their needs aren't really met, but also at a position where you're going to want to just take the best player available or just take a very slight reach on Jackson Powers-Johnson, center at Oregon. That leaves Seattle, who wanted that center, but will probably be taken in hometown offensive guard. Now, I actually don't know if he's from the Seattle area, but he went to college in Washington, so he gets to stay there and play professional football. Troy Fayutanu? Is it Fayutanu? Is that word? Well, it's going to have to. Now, the Buffalo Bills. They traded Stephon Diggs. They got rid of Gabriel Davis. They did bring in Curtis Samuel. Now they're going to want wide receivers. And Troy Franklin, low-key is something, but I honestly think they would much rather have Xavier Worthy on their team because of his speed and Josh Allen's arm. That's just nasty. Now, the Lions. I think Dan Campbell is going to, unlike what he usually does with his big-ass balls, and try and, what's the word? Yeah, go for all the risky plays. He's going to play it safe and draft Nate Wiggins. I don't know what. Oh wait, I know why Cooper DeJean's down here. He's white. He's Caucasian Crusader. Not a good corner if you're Caucasian. But they'll be taking Nate Wiggins out of Clemson now. In the video, I think I had him going early. I think this is kind of ranked him wrong because I honestly think Cooper DeJean's better. But at the same time, I mean, granted, this might be because of stat-wise, but a Big Ten offense is better than an ACC offense. Cooper DeJean, 29th pick to the Detroit Lions. Well, Baltimore Ravens. They're going to take J.C. Latham and have the best offense in the league. Like, you come in and you have you have Lamar Jackson ready to take a snap. Derrick Henry off to his right. Yeah, his right. So they already have a good left tackle. You take the snap. You step back for the read option, and then you have J.C. Latham, who might just lock up the other edge rusher, or maybe not because read option kind of goes that way. Same time, J.C. Latham's just really good. Or you just put him on the left side, and Lamar Jackson doesn't worry about getting hit. So you can either pull it or give it to Henry. And yeah, they're my pick to go win the Super Bowl this year, especially if they take an offensive tackle first round. Now, as for the 49ers, honestly, they can really make the Super Bowl right now with their roster, but they'll be taking Nate Wiggins here just to make that defense even better. And the Chiefs, who in my video I had taken Xavier Worthy because he was still on the board. Here, I don't think so because of all these trades and stuff, and Carolina are getting themselves a first-round pick this year. The Chiefs will probably just take Troy Franklin out of Oregon because they desperately need receiver help. And now the Dallas Cowboys, who wanted to trade down to hopefully get Jackson Powers-Johnson, but he would go to Tampa Bay. Now again, they have maybe a want to trade down again, but I don't know how this is, but I'm pretty sure Peyton Wilson's better, but it might be just because I stare at his statistics. So Junior Colson, linebacker out of Michigan, will be their pick. They want linebacker to replace Leighton Vander Esch, who sadly retired at 27 because of neck injuries and stuff. That sucks about football. It's just that injuries happen and you can't prevent them. And I hate how the NFL is trying their best to prevent injuries. It's not going to happen. They're trying to prevent injuries of non-preventable. They're trying to prevent a non-preventable thing. The hip drop tackle. Thankfully, me playing high school ball as a linebacker, I can still tackle the same way because I usually like hip drop tackle. But like, how are you supposed to tackle? Because if you don't have a good enough, because unless you blast through them and you can't really get a blast and you have to wrap around and sling them down. Most of the time when you sling them down, you're going to sling on top of them, which means you'll land on their lower body. Hip drop tackle right there. And honestly, refs, if you just wrap them up and just literally throw them down instead of like landing on them, just like bring them down beside you, they're going to call it a hip drop tackle. Even though the definition of a hip drop tackle is you have to roll onto their lower extremities while tackling them, aka their lower body. Now, in layman's terms, what I'm explaining to the referees is throw a flag on any tackle. And I'm not kidding. And I hate the fact that they did that. Now, New England Patriots, they solved their quarterback issue. And honestly, instead of going at Ladd McConkey out of Georgia, I think they'd much rather, even though Gerard Mayo's there, not Bill Belichick. I did say that in my last video explaining why I had May over Daniels. But I would see them taking a tight ends because they have McCarthy. But at the same time, okay. If things play out where the Patriots draft Jaden Daniels, they're gonna be drafting a wide receiver this situation. comes in where they draft Drake May, they're drafting a tight end, and I'll explain why. Jayden Daniels is your flashy quarterback, and he's going to be looking downfield with the monster of an arm, the fact he can run all over the place and not get caught. But Drake May, he's not as fast. I mean, he's white, not to be racist, but he's a lot bigger and sturdier, and also has a cannon of an arm. At the same time, he can get out of the pocket, and he's going to, instead of looking for that flashy play of, oh, my receiver's 50 yards downfield, has about 2 yards of separation, I want to try and launch it to him on the run. He's going to be like, okay, my tight end's wide open. It's only for 5 yards. Or we'll get this, we'll go out of bounds, we'll reset, hopefully get a better play, and check it down there. Now, with this, I have them taking Jayden Daniels, so they'll be taking Ladd McConkey here out of Georgia. If the things play out. Because if I'm totally wrong on the Commanders not taking Daniels, then I'm totally wrong on that pick. Now, Cardinals. No, I forget. I'm pretty sure I traded down. Oh, no, I traded up with them. Byron Murphy, and drafted at 16. The top two needs met. But they could probably also go for another wide receiver now that I think of it. Or they do even more to protect their tiny little midget of a quarterback who's only 5'10". That's not that short. Now it's going to make me sound short. I am 5'11", which means I am taller than Kyler Murray as we speak. And I am 15 and still growing, which means I'm probably going to be way taller than him and be able to call him short because I'll probably be 6'4". Anyway, they're going to take Graham, oh my god, bro, I'm so white. Graham Barton out of Duke, offensive guard, to do even more to protect their young quarterback because, yeah. Washington, they're going to protect their freshly drafted rookie quarterback with Jordan Morgan out of Arizona. Chargers. Now, the reason they pass on a wide receiver is because this wide receiver class is plenty deep enough for them to pick up a good one. Now, even though I want to draft these top four, you're probably going to see them actually end up going with Roman Wilson because he just went against better defenses. But he did have a really good quarterback, but so did... The only receiver left on this board who didn't have a really good quarterback was Ricky Pearsall. Or maybe Xavier Legette if you want to count Spencer Rattler. But I think he's better than what this rating does. So, but honestly, I need to look up these guys' stats. Because I honestly don't know that much about how deep this receiver class is. I need stats. What the? No, I don't want that. Stats. Two viewers watching the stream, thank you very much. And yeah, that's not gonna let. All right, so I'm just gonna go in blindly because I have no clue what his stats are. But he had a really good quarterback, so I think best receiver available at 37. So Devontae Walker. So they filled out their offensive weaponry rooms. Now the Philadelphia Eagles, who I had trading down from. I'm pretty sure that I had them trading down with Seattle here. They moved down to 38. Or no, this was Tennessee. Yeah, I had them trading down with Tennessee to get Kool-Aid McKinstry. And now, at a point where taking Darius Robinson, edge rusher out of Missouri. Yeah, Missouri had a really sleeper good season this year. Like, you don't see Missouri, the Mizzou, do good in the SEC. They've been mid. So it's honestly good to see that their program's going in that right direction, going up. because they're in Georgia's division, even though Alabama will probably be there, and then Missouri's going to swap into Texas and Oklahoma's division, if we even have divisions next year. But anyway, Carolina, who traded up into the first round, take Laiatu Latu. I think they're going to go with a receiver that's going to be playing with a quarterback very similar to Jordan Travis. They're going to because Bryce Young and Jordan Travis are very similar. So Bryce Young's going to be able to get him the ball, even though you might want to focus more on the O-line. But they're going to go with weapons for the young quarterback, Keon Coleman, to the Carolina Panthers. Now Washington's up again at pick 40. And honestly, they might reach for that safety spot here. Minnesota Gopher. Why is he so low? Like, what? Nah, that's BS. He's the best safety. He's the best safety in this class. But anyway, they also have other needs. They'll probably take offensive tackle Roger Rosengarten out of Washington. Now we have Green Bay. Again, I had them take offensive tackle out of BYU. And now I think I'm going to be taking offensive guard out of UConn, even though this might be the time to take a corner with a Georgia Kamari Lassiter here. And actually, I'm going to change that pick and have them take the corner because, I mean, just think of what their defense is going to be. They're going to have Jair Alexander, Kamari Lassiter, and then Xavier McKinney. And then if they can draft one of the better safeties in this class, because where's their other picks at? Yeah, they have a pick at 58. Yeah, they can totally nab up the first safety there. Okay, hello? Alright, thank you. Alright, Houston. Who, this is their first pick, just not realizing that. And honestly, they don't really need a first round pick because look at how good their team is. But their team's not invincible. I think they would want to go with a nice protective person to protect their young quarterback. Christian Haynes, he's the best offensive lineman available until Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State. So we're taking offensive guard at their first pick of the draft, which will be on Friday instead of tomorrow. And there's so much hype for this draft. Now I have 3 more hours to do this mock draft. 2 people are still watching. Thank you guys very much. I usually don't get that good of a live showing, so I really just want to thank you guys. Now, as 43, even though we have a 35 tight end here, but tight ends aren't that needed. Granted, actually, is there a team that needs a tight end? Panthers. 1, 2. 3. Alright, 30 teams need tight ends. But they're not really the teams to be trading up in a situation like this with knowing their capital. So I think the Atlanta Falcons will be taking Missouri corner Ennis Rakenshaw Jr. Honestly, he's a lot better than a second-round pick, but because of how loaded this draft class is, he's going to be a second-round pick, and that just goes to show, 'cause he was one of the better corners in the SEC. I think he was second-team All-SEC. Or is he first-team All-SEC, second-team All-American? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care that much. All right, 44, the Raiders, who I had taking Quinion Mitchell, corner out of Toledo, All-MAC. I think he was also All-American. I think this is why they're going to wait on a quarterback, because they have Michael Penix Jr. right here in front of them. I think this is when he goes off the board at 44, going to Las Vegas. The Saints, I had them taking Chop Robinson earlier in this draft. And I think they're going to, again, do more to solidify the trenches, taking Tavondre Sweat out of Texas. Texas, even though New Orleans hates Texas. Now, the Indianapolis Colts. This is why they want to trade up just a couple spots, because these teams won't take a tight end, and they need one. So, Jatavion Sanders, tight end out of Texas, going to Indianapolis at 46. New York Giants. I think this is where we see our first safety going off the board. And now, even though these are scams, because it should be Tyler Nubbin, which on here is the 6th best safety. He is the best safety in this class. They'll be taking them at 47, even though this website has him at 125. Oh, there we go. They're going to take the first seat to replace Xavier McKinney. Now they are the Jacksonville Jaguars. I had them taking the offensive tackle out of Oregon State. Now, that solidifies that. At the same time, they have plenty of other needs. But there is McKinney Jackson out of Texas A&M. So, we're taking more on that defensive, more trench guys, which a lot of these teams mostly need trench guys. Holy hell. 49, the Bengals, so I had to take Brian Thomas Jr. because T. Higgins requested a trade. They're going to lose Tyler Boyd. So now that gets that out of the way. Yeah, I think here they're going to look down at Iowa State corner TJ Tampa, who I was impressed by. I think he's better than 52, similar to Ennis Rakenstraw Jr., but at the same time, this draft class is so loaded that he's at 52. So I think they'll be taking TJ Tampa. They lost Chidobe Awuzie to the Titans. Now the Eagles, who I think this is their second pick, yeah. They take Darius Robinson, traded out of the first round. That's edge rusher, right? Yeah, edge out of Missouri. And I think, looking at their needs, I think this is where we'll see, oh my, these linebackers. Hopefully these guys are, so Peyton Wilson is better than 71 though, so we'll have him go at 50. I'm thirsty. Alright, Pittsburgh Steelers. I've had them take an offensive tackle, Marius Mims. Now it is time for them to actually do something with their life. I think this is where they take wide receiver Johnny Wilson out of FSU. We're at 52. We have two players still in the 40s, and they're both edge rushers because there's just so many that are just in this range. I'm pretty sure they all should be lower with all the players that are behind them. Like Bullock, Chris Jenkins, Bayou Braid. He's actually kind of decent there. But 52, the Dolphins traded out of the first round. That way they have two really close by picks right here in the second round. And I think instead of going after a wide receiver like everyone wants them to, I think they're going to take the offensive guard. Because I don't think they even have a single right guard on their roster. So they're going to take Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State at 52. 53, we have the Eagles right back on the clock. They're still taking defense, and I think this is where they draft a replacement to Jason Kelsey and Zach Frazier, who I had as a first-round pick in the video, but things have played out differently because I've had a lot of trades. Now, again, I mentioned this video. I'm not going to sit here acting like I know exactly what trades are going to be made. These are just throw in the dark predictions. So, the Cleveland Browns. This is their first pick of the draft at 54. They need you don't say they need a quarterback. Honestly, but they would probably also wait. Bo Nix falling all the way. In fact, you might see the Cowboys pick him up. Maybe even... well, Those teams don't need quarterbacks. Yeah, you might even see Bo Nix fall all the way to 70 in my prediction here. But I had him as a first round pick in the video too. Problem with using different sites, I kind of get dissuaded by numbers and stuff. Anyway, I think the Cleveland Browns here will pass on Bo Nix, even though they've fallen all the way to him. I'll be taking Jalen McMillan, wide receiver out of Washington, to give yet another weapon to Deshaun Watson to prove that he's not a good quarterback anymore. And the Dolphins, who did just take Cooper Beebe. I think that we're taking Dwayne Carter, D-tackle out of Duke. Sorry about that one. Now the Cowboys, even though they don't need a quarterback, it's clear that they are not interested in re-signing Dak Prescott. Same time, they need a running back. I haven't heard much about the running back. Oh, that's why. Well, Blake Corum's better than 75. Alright, wait, where are the Chargers' next pick? Wild down. Yeah, you don't want to be making this trade here. Alright. For Dallas Cowboys. This one's tough. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with my guts. Bo Nix. Intelligent quarterback means great. Yeah, that's cap. How much money did you guys have to pay? How much money did Nike have to pay you off for that? For you guys to say that about him? That's cap. I've seen him play. He makes. He makes shaky decisions at that. My bad, chat. Excuse me. The Buccaneers, who have already taken Jackson Powers Johnson, center out of Oregon. They knock off the edge need here with Chris Braswell, who, in my personal opinion, was more of a threat in college because he had better pass rush moves. Holy hell. He had better pass rush moves, making him more NFL ready, which means colleges will want to shut that down, which is why Dallas Turner had put up the stats that he did, because he would out-athlete an offensive tackle in a one-on-one situation. Chris Braswell should low-key probably be an interior lineman, but he's too small for that. The edge is fine for him. The end's fine for him. And he'll have a good time in Tampa Bay. The Green Bay Packers already drafted. I think this is where they take Kalen Bullock out of USC off the board here. Well, maybe he was 59 because I drafted him at 58. But anyway, the Houston Texans, who picked an offensive guard out of UConn. Probably be taking Rook. Excuse me, what the fuck is that name? Orhoro. Orhoro. Sounds like ho. Rook out of Clemson. At 60, the Bills pass up on an edge rusher and take safety BAU Braid. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Out of Maryland. They need another safety though, so coming again. Alright, we'll take a quick break after 60, even though we're not even done with the not 4 more picks left. Alright. Before we get to the once we get to the third round, we'll take a quick break, and the Detroit Lions, who I had taken Cooper DeJean at 29. 6-1 will take Braylon Trice, who has fallen from the projected 43rd spot to 61, but he's going to Detroit side. He'll be happy with Dan Campbell. The Baltimore Ravens, 62. They've taken J.C. Latham, spending one of the best offenses this league will see. I think they want to go with Isaiah Adams or Adisa Isaac here. Now, slight limit says Pennsylvania in college athletics. That's what we're going to see. Knockouts, the explosive check. Holy shit. Alright, yeah, after that, I'm going to take Isaiah Adams. And it's going to be insanely hard to stop their offense, bro. 63, San Fran 49ers. 31, I am taking corner Nate Wiggins. I think they're going to take Adisa Isaac. I think they take, if Ravens take Isaac there, I think San Fran will take Adams. At 64, the KC, who I had taken Troy Franklin at 32. You're at 64. Well, yeah, Kyrie Jackson at Oregon. I do kind of like that pick for him. And now it's the third round. I'm going to go quickly grab a drink and a bite to eat, because I'm starving and I'm dying of thirst, as you guys can probably hear. So I'll be right back. Oh, both of y'all stuck around. Thank you very much. I'll grab with some peanut butter crackers and a Sprite. So, hopefully that settles me down. I might throw it down. Alright, the Panthers trade into the first round, take Laiatu Latu, and then take Keon Coleman at 39. So, let's see. I see 2 corners in a row going here around 3. Javon Bullard. At 66, the Arizona Cardinals, who I think, have had 3 picks already. Marvin Anderson Jr., Byron Murphy II, and then Graham Barton. So that's 1. Hold up. 2, 3 needs. Not really in a spot to take a corner or an edge rusher with what's left. So, go ahead and look at these top couple of guys. Look at some team needs. Because I haven't met a bunch of these. And who needs a D-tackers in no? Where's New England? Why isn't New England here? Why? Where are the Patriots? Oh, I'm blind. Oh my, okay. Chargers. Okay, yeah, alright. Yeah, alright, we're gonna take LA. Have them trade up with Seattle. We're gonna trade 69 for 66 and then 110. Which theoretically should get this done. There it is. And Chargers will trade up to 66 to draft D-tackle Chris Jenkins out of Michigan. The Cardinals already took a D-tackle and they took Byron Murphy out of Texas. And I'm going to go ahead and munch down on a peanut butter cracker real quick. So it's fat. And peanut butter has protein in it. Anyway, let's go into the fact that I have them take 2 offensive tackles, or they probably do need 2 offensive tackles. I think they're in a position where they can just take best guy available, or they probably won't trade up that far for a running back. Alright, they're going to take a safety here. Cole Bishop out of Utah. That's my projection there. Now, I have no clue who he is. I just know he goes to Utah and he's rated 73rd on this website. And that's it. At 68, New England Patriots have already taken their new star franchise quarterback and then a wide receiver to go with them. Now are going to shift to defense. Never mind, I lied. I think they might as well go ahead and take another wide receiver, Roman Wilson. Just fill up their pretty thin receiver room. And the Cardinals, who just traded back from 66, are now probably going to just take another wide receiver, just like the Patriots, to just give more to their wide receiver room. Jalen Polk. I know, like, 3rd round, you're still taking players who can actually have an impact on on your team in like 1-2 years and set usually. Holy crap! The Sprite did not calm my throat down. Anyway, disregarding that. What kind of picks do they have left? Yeah, they have a lot of picks, and they are a very bad team, so might as well take a good player like that. Now the Giants who need a running back. Personally, I think Blake Corum is the best running back in this class, so I want to have them taking Blake Corum instead of Trey Benson. Now Seahawks, who I think this was in a trade package with Arizona, yeah, because they moved down to 27 for Arizona, go up for Byron Murphy. Who have I had them take? Just an offensive guard, so already got that. They need a center. What kind of centers are we looking at? Yeah, you can wait on a center. Now, linebacker. What kind of backers are we looking at? All right. Cedric Gray at UNC. Coming all the way across from the East Coast to the West Coast. From the southeastern United States to the northwestern United States. All the way to Seattle. And now the Jets. I found them take Penn State O tackle. They didn't have a second round pick. Now, I think this is where they're going to look and try and find a wide receiver. I think they're probably going to take Xavier Legette out of South Carolina. I know 89 and 72, that's a big reach, but I don't see them taking a quarterback here either because that's an even bigger reach. Now, Detroit Lions. Who have I had them take? Gudegine and Braylon Trice. So that's too defensive. And they could take an offensive guard. So Zach Zinter, offensive guard out of Michigan. Take that. And 74, the Atlanta Falcons. Who have I had them take so far? Dallas Turner, not. Why is receiver on here? Correct me if I'm wrong here. But wide receiver should not be on here. I know they have Rondale Moore at their 4 or something. They have not Jahan Dotson, but another guy. If we look at NFL, we go here, NFC, South, Falcons. I'm not roster, depth chart. If we look at wide receiver, they have Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Rondale Moore. Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they could use a wide receiver, Maybe I was lying. At the same time, wide receivers are just not showing up right now because they've all been taken. I think they'd honestly much rather go chasing after a safety here. Yeah, Jaden Hicks, not really that much of a chase. WSU safety. The opposite of Cedric Gray, taking a Northwestern United States ball player, taking him all the way down to Southeast United States to play pro ball. Chicago Bears. The Bears, they suck. How do they only have 4 picks? Yeah, I think they... Well, I took the quarterback, took the wide receiver, an edge, a center, and a D tackle. Yeah, they'd much rather trade down. So, yeah, I think this is... yeah, honestly, Cowboys, I want to trade up with the Bears here. Cowboys will give up 87 and 174 for 75. Oh my god, Chicago has so many next year picks, but none for this year. I think 244 as well to move up to 75. And it's been rejected, so I might add a bit more to that. 87, 174, 244. I want to throw in Carolina's 4th for next year, and they're not going to give up those picks. And maybe a 7th for next year. And there it are. So the Cowboys trade up. They're going to take Trey Benson out of FSU. And then the Denver Broncos. So I had taken Jared Verse instead of a quarterback at 12. Because I might sound crazy again. They did trade for Zach Wilson, who will probably be forced to wear number 3. So Broncos fans don't have to throw out their old Russell Wilson jerseys. Now, 76, the Denver Broncos. I think they go ahead and take a quarterback here. Spencer Rattler. Whoa. Talia's 260. That's cap. Garrett Schrader actually made this cut. Well, he is a senior. Anyway, I think Spencer Rattler's better than 115 here. I think the Broncos, I think he's like 90, but I think the Broncos take a reach and draft him because they need a quarterback. Now the Raiders, who I had taking Michael Penix at 44 and took Quinion Mitchell at 13. So at 77, kind of running backs. Jonathan Brooks out of Texas. We'll take him at 77. Placing Josh Jacobs very poorly, most likely, because Josh Jacobs is really good. Now, Commanders have already had 4 picks up until this point at 78. They've taken Drake May, Jordan Morgan, Roger Rosengarten, and Cole Bishop. I think they might have to go edge chasing here, which, 81, Marshawn Nealand, Western Michigan. Now, the Atlanta Falcons, again, who had a pick not long ago. They took Jaden Hicks, yeah. That's corner, safety, and edge. So maybe they do need a wide receiver, looking at their depth chart. And you might as well take Jermaine Burton. Or just keep getting deeper at wide receiver. And now the Bengals, who I had taken Brad Thomas and TJ Tampa so far. Now they have 80. And I think they have a really good team. So I think if they take Tyler Davis here, so he can have like a day 5 impact in like week 13 or something. Oh shit! All right, 81. The Seattle Seahawks. We've only had 2 picks. They're both trade down picks. So 81, the Seattle Seahawks. Who are they taking again? Of guard and linebacker. Corner. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna take another Mizzou corner. They had a nasty duo, and they should be a lot higher. Indy. So tackle and tight ends. Corners, safety, so yeah, they'll just take the other corner here. Miami. Who? Oh yeah, this is where LA traded up for the replacement for Aaron Donald. All right, 83. Miami Dolphins have already taken a guard and a D tackle. They'll probably just solidify more offensive line help. Patrick Paul, tackle out of Houston. Oh, this is just now hitting me how long this is really going to take. Okay, not even done with the 3rd round. I thought this was going to be fun. 4th round, which I think is one of the longest rounds because there's 35 picks. A 5th round, probably also a really long one. Holy, it's still going. Had 41 picks in round 6. Still going. Okay, that had in the 40s again, and then round 7 at 121. I think this goes all the way to 257. I have to scroll all the way back up. as Pittsburgh is on the clock. I'm still scrolling up because there's so alright. There's oh, I can do that. I forgot about that feature. All right. At 84, and there's 250 picks. I kind of get an idea of when I'm done because I have to like be done by like. I might not be able to finish this. I might not be able to finish this one because I'll have to eat. No, hockey. Huh. Just take the best offensive line. God damn it. Javion Cohen. Take the best O lineman available. Browns took a wide receiver. Would take Matt Golonkavs. 86, the Texans. I think this is their third pick. Yep. They've taken 2 trench players. Traven Wallace, linebacker out of Kentucky, 86 for the 86. Yep. Bears, who took Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze, and then traded down. I think they traded down Dallas. The quarterback and wide receiver, and then just go ahead and take an edge rusher too. I am. Alright. The Packers. Offensive tackle at a Yale is wild. But what if I had them take tackle, O-tackle, guard, safety? Wait, what the? Corner, not guard. I go and take Brandon Coleman, guard at TCU. In Tampa, they take care of their center and edge. Yeah, just take Ben Sinnott. Yeah, just go ahead. At 90, the Cardinals, who have had 4 picks up until this point. A wide receiver, a guard, D tackle, and another wide receiver. We'll take Austin Bucker, edge out of Kansas. 91, the Green Bay Packers. We'll take him. Edgerrin Cooper. Oh my god, it's the Iowa punter. He gets so much work. No wonder he's the best punter. He goes to Iowa. Why not? Just get another running back just for fun at this point. Baltimore, they're probably winning the bowl. Now, San Fran and KC, that's the official third rounders, and then these are the compensatory selections. There's 5 of those. Now, San Fran, they've been taking defensive players. Yeah, take the offensive tackle out of Yale. Why not? Chiefs. They took a wide receiver and a corner. Yeah, take Leonard Taylor. 96, the Jacksonville Jaguars. A tackle and a tackle. They don't need those. Who is their tight ends again? I remember when Tim Tebow tried to be a tight end, bro. As always, guys, if you want to know who my earlier selections are, just rewind back to the live stream. They'll be there. Who needs tight ends? Why have where are the Patriots at? 103 if I tell you no. Okay, yeah. Do a trade alert here. 96, the New England Patriots are going to trade with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to trade up from 103 to 96. And then include in the package 193. And then the Titans' 7th round pick for next year. There it is. And they're going to take Theo Johnson out of Penn State. Now, since the Bungalows, took a D tackle, corner, and a wide receiver. 1, 2, 3. Using off of the tackle. Javon Foster out of Missouri. The Pittsburgh Steelers tackle, receiver, guard. Who's their punter? That's what I want to know. Who's their punter? Because I might have them take a punter here just for fun. I know this is supposed to be some official thing, but the Jets changed their logo on top of. Oh, actually, that's low-key better. Simpler as well. The Steelers. Oh, roster. Special teams. Cameron Johnston, who is 32. Punters can be ancient, so. Oh, Des Fitzpatrick is here? Oh, I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was still in the league. All right, well, the Steelers. I'm gonna go DJ James, Auburn corner, and I'm pretty sure that's the corner that allowed that 4th and 34. Or I'm never gonna give up. I'm never gonna let Auburn fans hear the end of that. That was one of the funniest things of all time. 4th and 34, we won. Yeah, corner, D tackle. Now if I want to say Teron Hopper, that Missouri team had a hell of a defense. Yeah, rounding up the third round at 100. The Commanders, who have had 5 picks up until this point, they've had 1 draft pick every 20 picks. So, on average, at 100, where they have taken themselves a quarterback, 2 offensive tackles, a safety, and an edge rusher, they're just looking for a corner, which isn't there. They can always. Who's their punter? Okay, a punter in the 3rd round would be amazing. NFC Commanders. Roster, depth chart, special teams. Tress Way. It's 34 and he low key sucks. So Tory Taylor, punter out of Iowa. So he's gotten a lot of work. Because they punt about every second on real life football. Just every time they get the ball, just let their defense go back on the field. Now, start of the 4th round, Carolina Panthers, who have had a fairly defensive draft so far. You wouldn't have expected with them. I haven't taken a tight end, and they probably could have traded up for one. Cade Stover, who's way better than 117, buddy. Hold a phone. Yeah, they'll take Cade Stover right there at 101. At 102, the Seahawks, who practically have back-to-back picks and might just straight exchange picks with Jacksonville. Next pick, just because they've taken a guard, a linebacker, and a corner. So 1, 2, 3. They don't need a running back, that's for damn sure. No, you can never have too many offensive linemen, so they'll take Delmar Glaze. And then the Jaguars, they've taken two different tackles here. We'll decide on corner Nehemiah Pritchett out of Auburn. In Seattle, we'll take center Charles Turner out of LSU. And at 105, the Los Angeles Chargers, who have had tight end, wide receiver, D tackle. Take Josh Newton, corner out of TCU. The Titans, who we have fine at running back. We could use a linebacker, though. Yeah, why not? Marshawn Lloyd, linebacker out of USC. And then the New York Giants, wide receiver, safety, running back. The offensive tackle and a corner now. Well, there aren't corners, but there is a offensive tackle out of Utah, whoever that is. Can't pronounce his name. Okay. Alright, the Vikings, who we haven't seen since the 23rd overall pick in the first round. We're all the way out here in the 4th, so that's okay. Wow. And which they took a quarterback and a wide receiver. So D tackle, offensive guard, and none of those are there. There's Mason Smith at LSU though. The Atlanta Falcons. They have Bijan, so they don't need a running back. I think they're fine. They've had a lot of picks. Edge, corner, safety, receiver. Edge, corner, safety, receiver. All it needs is a D tackle. Might as well just they can take McKee Wingo. Or is that Mackay? Mackay Wingo. Yeah, probably Mackay. Alright. Receiver, D tackle, guard, receiver, edge. Just need a corner right now, and they'll take Quantez Stiggers. Not gonna finish that. Hey, Toronto. I thought it was Toledo. Toronto? So you're telling me we're allowed to draft players out of the CFL now? That's low-key actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. Jets have taken a tackle and a wide receiver. Honestly, yeah, they'll take Michael Pratt here, 111, quarterback out of Tulane. And then the Raiders who have taken Michael Penix, Quinion Mitchell, and Jonathan Brooks at 112. So that's gonna use a couple of tackles. So many running backs. They might as well just draft another one. Okay, Baltimore. Just some sick joke with how good you guys are. You do need wide receivers. Ricky Pearsall out of Florida. Alright, the Jaguars. What do they need again? Corners and wide receivers. Honestly, what do the Bengals need? From mom texting. Alright. What if the Jags go ahead and just take a one trade down here with the Bengals? Just nothing else. Just trade down one pick. Rejected to practically a free move up. Bro, what do you mean? Alright, fine. We'll have Cincinnati offer it to Jacksonville then. 115 for 114. Okay, so I'm just not allowed to... Alright, so I guess I'm just not allowed to make that trade then, so... might as well just take offensive guard. Wait, no, I've already taken an offensive guard. No, I haven't. What? Yeah. Landon Robinson, Texas A&M. Alright, Cincinnati. It's... One is... Oh, wait, I'm trying to make a joke. It's been a while since they won a natty. I'm just going to shut up now. Receiver, corner, tackle, off the tackle. Guy, please exit that. Thank you. No, you can never have too many DBs. DBs. Malik Mustafa. Safety out of Wake Forest. It was 6 o'clock. I have practically a half hour to finish this one. And I have over 100 picks left to go. Now I'm just going to straight call a stream at 6:30 because I think I just need to. 116, the Jaguars are up again. They just took an offensive guard. They've been doing a lot of drafting in the trenches. I've also drafted a corner. Am I right about that? Yep, Pritchett. Wide receiver. Honestly, if you pass up on a wide receiver named Cornelius Johnson, you just passed up on a wide receiver that's probably going to be just like Antonio Brown, but they're going to take him anyway. The Colts. Tackle, tight end, corner. Okay. Malachi Corley at a WKU. And then at 118, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Taking a guard, linebacker, corner, off the tackle, center. So what haven't they taken? So they haven't taken a corner or the tackle yet. Oh, well, Brandon Fisk at FSU is right there. Might as well just take him. Steelers. Corner, guard, receiver, tackle. We'll probably take their center here. I know there's some here. Yeah, Kingsley. Well, guy out of Florida. At 120, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. We've only had 3 picks up here. They've had edge, linebacker, and a center. Might as well chase that safety. What's 134? That's good. Yeah, why not? Alright, well, the Denver Broncos. They've only taken Edge and Spencer Rattler. So they've got a quarterback and an edge rusher. I just will hand them. Honestly, I think Andrew Phillips is better than Richardson at Mississippi State. And then the Bears. I mean, there's just so many linebackers. Might as well just have them take one, I guess. Like, I've given up, really. As for the Houston Texans. Yeah, best player available. Oh, my mom's calling me. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hey.
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing?
Live streaming on YouTube right now.
Oh, well, sorry. What do you want for dinner? And is your dad home?
He is not.
Okay. I think, do you know, has he said, was he getting dinner tonight, or is he going to want to eat?
I think he's doing something with executives from the company he works at, so I have no clue.
Okay. I'm assuming they're going to dinner.
Most likely, yeah.
Hopefully. All right, what do you want to eat? I was going to try to get home in time to cook, but obviously that's not going to happen.
Yeah, probably just steak and shake on the way home from hockey then. I'll probably grab a bite before we leave.
That's a long time to wait on the way home from hockey. I mean, because...
To steak and shake? Me and Dad have done that literally every single hockey practice.
All right. I mean, that's just, you don't go on the ice until what, 8:50?
8:50 to 9:40. We're out of the locker room by 10. Steak and Shake will still be open. It's on the way home, and that's probably our only option.
All right. I can go get you Steak and Shake now.
Actually, yes, that will work.
All right.
Triple steak burger cheese plain. Triple steak burger cheese plain, medium fries with the Oreo shake, please. Large Oreo shake.
Okay.
All right, love you.
And that's what. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, I lost one of my live viewers, and now I'm 2 minutes behind on this. Well, no, that's not at all what I need to do. Oh yeah, probably giving up on the fact that nobody's gonna put anything in the chat. So, oh, Brennan sent me a chat. Don't care, Brennan. Bro's playing some sort of golf game. All right, look. San Francisco 49ers. Best player available, they'll take. They don't need a running back. Sure, just edge. I don't know, Troy. Troy Treasure. Center, edge. Yeah, Jace McClellan just... I'm just knocking out best player available. Usually it's just like the 5th round. I've never done something like this before. Well, honestly, we're 125 picks in. Low-key about halfway. This is taking me about an hour and 40 minutes. I am honestly going to leave it here. Just going to leave it here. And say, this is my... It's not a full 7 round. I get that's clickbait. But I don't think I actually have the mental capacity to do it right now. Really sorry about that one, even though nobody's going to be watching after like the 5-minute mark. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for the support on some of the recent videos I've had. I've had 2 blow up. Hoping this last one I posted will over the weekends. Of streaming for about an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah, I was right. Anyway, I'll see you guys probably in a couple weeks because I have lacrosse season is over. And I can try it, and spring football starting. So as soon as my last sport of the year is done, the first sport of the year starts right back up. Well, technically lacrosse is the first one. Anyway. But I do think I'll be able to upload a little bit more, especially heading into summer, because I have 4 weeks of school, 3.5 weeks of school left. So, again, I love you guys. Thanks for the support. Please get me to 100 subs. Currently, I checked the voting. Only a couple people have voted. Sadly, I aren't getting all the support I wanted on the vote. But people were voting for reacting to my old videos. Low-key, it's the easiest one for me to do. So again, I will see you guys next time.